Every good sketch story has to start somewhere, and this one starts here. Hi, my name is Marty Owings, and today I'm going to take you along to sketch with me. It's early springtime here in Minnesota, and there's still some snow on the ground. It's a good time to pack up the sketch gear and get out there. I'll start out the day in a small town called Marine-on-St. Croix in east central Minnesota. Situated near the St. Croix River and settled in 1839, Marine-on-St. Croix is an old logging town. The town still retains several historic buildings such as the general store here, built in 1870, and its neighbor, the village hall, built in 1888. Both of these, or any of the things in the town, would be great sketches, but today I'm hunting for something more nature-made than man-made. This old weathered wooden fence was nearby, and I spotted this pine cone, probably placed there by some curious passerby or maybe a child. It's a perfect subject matter for a quick sketch. I packed light today. I just want to use this sketchbook that I made and then a water-soluble graphite pencil. And later on, I'll take a water brush to this graphite that I've done and I'll add some shadows and a little bit more detail. That sound you hear in the background, that's a waterfall, and it used to help drive the town mill. It's a bright sunny day today, if not a little bit windy, but that's not too bad. I can contend with the wind here. What's nice about today is that I'm getting some good light here and shadow on this pine cone. Not only is it casting shadow from the pine cone onto the old fence, but it's also got little shadows in the little pieces between the pine cone, like the little grooves inside of it there. And I think this is where I'll leave it today. This is probably as far as I want to go, otherwise I'll mess it up. Hi there, I'm Marty Owings, and this book is filled with sketches I've collected over the past 10 years for my travels. It's filled with drawings and paintings that represent nature and life in the rural landscapes that surround us. From farms and great lakes to the woods in between, I've been traveling the dusty back roads to capture these places and share them with you. I hope you enjoy this book as much as I enjoyed filling it with art. And don't forget, purchasing this book helps support the dream of documenting America through field sketches. Thank you. Well, hopefully you can see that barn just there in the distance. That'll be today's sketch. I've got my sketchbook here and a water-soluble pencil, and I'll try to capture that barn just in a basic sketch. I'm not looking for anything perfect here. I'm just out to sketch and have fun and relax, so we'll see what comes of it. All right, let's get to it. And those are very distant trees, so there's no need to think about the leaves and things like that, and the tiny sticks. The light is very flat out here, so there's no sunshine to cast shadows, so it's a little bit interesting to try to get this right, I guess. Don't have to be perfect. Again, it's just a sketch. It's okay to be imprecise in a sketch. You're just trying to capture a little bit of what's out there the way you see it. It's your sketch. There's a tree line in the background, and I don't know how well that's going to play into the composition, but we'll give it a shot here. There's a tree that sits right in front of the barn, but I'm gonna remove that. We'll see how all this plays out when I add some water to this. This is a water-soluble pencil. I just wanted to get out here and sketch, and it doesn't look like much. It's just rough right now. And you got to be able to live with that stage of your sketch. You have to be able to kind of tolerate the bad look of it at first, and then see what you can do to tune that up when you get to the paint or get to the water part of this. There's a tree line, as I mentioned, in the background, and it can distract if you're not careful. So I'm gonna take it easy with that part. Large areas of this landscape are that brownish kind of ochre color. Remember that it's okay you don't have to do everything. This doesn't have to be perfect. This is not a photorealistic rendering. It's opposite of that. It's just supposed to be a simple sketch. This isn't to hang in a museum or anything like that. You have to remember that when you're out there, you don't need perfection. It's only paper. No one ever has to see it if you don't want them to. So take that pressure off yourself, and then it'll be more fun. And because there's not a lot of, the light is very flat today, so that sky in the background is interesting. I'm going to try to weave a little bit of that in there. Again, just a tiny bit. Doesn't have to be much. Just a hint, because the human eye will do the rest. That's about it for this little sketch. It's not much, it's not fancy, but it does the job. And again, they're reference studies, that you can use later. I was honestly a little disappointed with the barn drawings I did, so I decided to go ahead and focus on a little tree nearby. And I guess when you're out sketching and you do kind of a bad sketch or something that you want to relax and just have fun, and you don't really care about exactly how it turns out, but then it's done and you're a little disappointed looking at it, it's good to get your confidence back with a confidence sketch. That's a sketch you know you're going to be pretty good at, or it's going to turn out decent even though it's a sketch. And I talked about earlier not worrying about things, but in the end of the day, it's about how you feel and handle the moment. And I just felt like I wanted to do a little tree sketch to get some of that confidence back after some pretty bad barn sketches, which I'll show here in a minute. So full transparency, I do bad sketches. I think doing imperfect sketching is a really good thing, because at the end of the day, it leaves you with an opportunity to learn. And that's the most important part when I'm out sketching. I want to learn something new. I want to push my boundaries. I want to see what I can do and then do better. Well, thanks for coming along with me on this sketch adventure. Have a great day. This has been Marty for owingsart.com.